What's up guys, this is Frenzy, welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with TardisBlue, Castle level 17. Jump into it on my knight. Alright, so a bunch of trash mobs here. I'm not sure exactly why, I mean it's force supply. But let's see. Alright, so you're trying to hook me into that. I do kind of like this because it forces me to take extra time as a knight here. If I don't want to go into the jelly wall there, I have to wait for them to get out of it. So I kind of like that, or I can use Lashing Flame or whatever like that. But I think that you have, so many little trash mobs. Maybe you could add like a bad dog in or something silly like that. Uh-oh, that's gonna hurt. Alright. This isn't lined up the way you kind of want it to. I actually should have died there, I think, 100% of the time. I don't know why I played it so stupidly, but if you noticed what happened, and if you didn't, then go back and watch that part again. But basically what happened is I came in, and I got pulled, but your Stairmasters weren't kind of in a line directly, so I only got hit by 4 of the bubbles where I should have gotten hit by the other 2, and they kind of just went past me. Because they were kind of like in a line this way instead of like horizontally or vertically or whatever. I'm not sure if your hunger bots are on level 4. That would be the only reason I could think that that might not be set up right. Because you should easily be able to pull from here and have, or even pull like from back here and have your hunger bots kind of like 2 here and then 1 in front. And that will like force at least 4 of the balls to hit. Because I went down to half life from only 3, so I should have died there. So you want to do some testing on that and make sure that when you get pulled you're hitting at least more than one of the Stairmasters, I pulled 2 groups here, but I don't think it'll be too big of a problem. But yeah, this is a pretty standard room for this. What's the Dr. Skull actually on? Like, what's his proficiency? Because if he's on Medic, yeah, he's on Medic. I don't really like this. You're wasting 10 supply on a unit that is only going to be there for support. Like, it's not adding damage or anything like that. I would prefer it to just be a Bone Puppeteer and add some more damage to this. Because you're like banking on the fact that I pull both groups, and then you're also banking on the fact that that Dr. Skull gets there by the time, like before the Pete Poundmore's dead. So I would prefer some more damage dealing or like another elite or something coming from this side up here. I don't think you have Mega Muttons yet, but when you have Mega Muttons, that would be a good thing to get. Maybe even a Scorpio or something like that, and then you can have your Bone Puppeteer healer with it. But yeah, I think that's just a better use of points. I think the only time Dr. Skull should be used with Medic, even with Enrage for that matter, is in the boss room. Yeah, alright. Let's make sure I don't get killed by that. Again, you have a Dr. Skull here, so you kind of have no... You have no real, like, support. I mean, not support, but you don't have any real damage. Like, of course I pulled 2 groups, but Dr. Skull isn't that hard to take out anyway. So again, the same kind of issue here. I don't really like Dr. Skull in a group. It's half the supply of the entire group, and it doesn't help that much. So let's see. They are on level 3 hunger bots, so I would rush up to that next level and try to get your hunger bots up to level 4. That'll help out your castle quite a bit with these springboard traps. Alright, and then you have a Zeke here. The only problem with Zeke and having a heal like this is Zeke's gonna die before he really takes advantage of the heal. Personally, I would either scrap the bad dog or the medic and try to get a Defendatron with this Zeke, and then you can keep the heal to heal the Defendatron and like increase the survivability of the Zeke, or you can have the Defendatron and the bad dog, and that increases the DPS while he's alive. And you can mess around with that depending on which one you want to do. Figure out which one's working better for you and stuff. Alright, and then the boss room. Lots of slow traps. I think that's fine because you don't have any minions to support it, so slow traps are really the only thing you should be using. And of course, the infamous triple Scorpio boss room. Which isn't nearly as hard for knights, but I am a little bit overleveled, so. And if I can get loot, I'm going to, because I want to get the gold for the little competition that's going on now. So we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, and for number 2 we have Parallax, castle level 21. I think I selected my archer. I hope so. Yeah, I did. Alright. Cool. So this is good vision denying. A lot of people won't know. A lot of people don't even know that you can stand in between those mouse traps and not take any damage, because a while ago it used to not be like that. Probably about a month and a half now, 2 months. I don't know. I don't remember when they changed that. I think patch 15 is when they changed that, so quite a while ago. Alright, I'm just gonna like pull both groups purposely. You had 4 hunger bots up there, which, oh, you had them on the pound. I guess that could be kind of a good time waster group, I suppose. I like the Cyclops with the Mega Mutton, and I even like the hunger bots with the Mega Mutton, because it kind of knocks you down and then it lines up the charge for the Mega Mutton. Helps him hit a little bit more often. Yeah, so I guess I kind of go through this and then I get knocked back into this wall. So I guess this is pretty good against knights, more so than archers with roll. He took almost no damage from that. Alright. Again, Mega Mutton with Cyclops, I think that's fine. It's good space control. There's some that are a little bit better at time wasting, like Defendatron plus Bone Puppeteer on Medic and stuff like that, but I think that one's fine as well. Alright, so I know there's a Mega Mutton right there that I can see. I don't really want to do Mega Mutton plus Scorpio, and I also don't want to get too close, so I'm going to let the Scorpio come towards me a little bit, and then try to kill it from here. Alright, so it's not level 24, so it's a lot easier for me to deal with. I can't believe I got hit by that. Alright. Yeah, so like I said, this lines up his charge a lot easier. Like, I haven't gotten hit by it yet, but it's a lot more scary to deal with because I know that's coming every once in a while. I probably should just kill off the hunger bot. Alright. So I think that's fine as well. What did you have with that? I'm not really sure. You would have had how many points? 12, 16. You would have 4 points left. So I'm not sure if you just had a spotter and nothing else, but you could have like put a bad dog with that or something, just to help out the Mega Mutton. Is this Mega Mutton? Okay, it's not skippable. That's good. I don't know why I threw that volley down there. Clearly, I wanted that Mega Mutton to take 34 damage. I think that's why I dropped it down. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Almost died there. So yeah, you can see how the Cyclops kind of knocked me over and it pushed me into the flames. It's not something that you can really expect to happen often, but you know, 1 time out of 100 that happens, and when you have things like that throughout your entire castle, it kind of adds up. Alright, so again like this, I think unless you have another 4-point minion back here, which you do, but even saying that, I would almost prefer a support creature plus a spotter with this. This is a good room for Mega Mutton though. It's a small, tight corridor. The only thing I'm saying is, like, when I come in here, I can see Mega Mutton and a Hunger Bot. I couldn't see the Hunger Bot way back here, but I can easily drop a volley on both of them. And, you know, that's obviously good for me. So if you have a spotter watching for that. It could be a bit better. That being said, I mean, as you're coming in here, if you see a spotter here, you may pull back into this more open room. So, I don't know. I guess it's kind of up to you. Maybe you could move this back more into this tunnel and have the spotter kind of in the middle of the room. There's a couple things you could do, though. That should shield, I would think. That Defendatron took a while to shield the Cyclops. You might want him to be a little bit closer, because I can target these Cyclops down, and now he's just targeting a random skeleton. So I would say move your Cyclops either closer to the Defendatron, or move your Defendatron closer to the Cyclops, so that it starts off bodyguarded. As well as the Defendatron is slower, so you want to have the Defendatron as close as possible, but still have the Cyclops, you know, in front of it. So you basically, you'd want your Cyclops with the same thing, but then your Defendatron as close as possible to that point, so it doesn't move out of range for a while. You might even want to turn your Cyclops just to delay it a little bit, but that's kind of up to you. I don't think it's necessary. Might be worse as well, so test it, I guess. Alright, so we have a Scorpio. I think a level 3 Scorpio should die pretty quickly, yeah. Alright, so you have kind of a delay. You can see the delay on his Hungerbot right up here. These are on the bashback though, which is kind of a weird setup you have. Like, you have so many stuns that I feel like it's kind of overlapping for you. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of a time waster, but I almost would prefer to just take one of these units out and add something different. And at the very least spread it out so that you can't be volleyed like that. You could do something like either take out Hungerbot and add an Archer down in the back here, so that you can be firing arrows down here as you're getting stunned. You could take out a Cyclops and add maybe a Defendatron on like AoE, even though you couldn't, you know, do that with the rest of your castle. There's a couple things you could do to make this a little bit better, depending on what you want. If you want more DPS, add an Archer. If you want more survivability and time wasting, I would even think a Defendatron. If you could somehow work in an AoE to just protect them from a volley. Or you can just spread it out a little bit more as well. And I think I'm going the wrong way. Nope. Alright, so I can hear Stairmasters. I'm not super worried about this. Like, I generally, when I see Stairmasters flanking, I don't mind pulling two groups. I don't know why that is, but I just don't think Stairmasters are that good when they come around a corner, I guess. They're just kind of weak units. And Stairmasters by themselves, like you had it here, I don't know. The only way I could see this working is if you had Hungerbot to pull, but you have Hungerbots using the bash everywhere else. So, I don't know. I don't like the Hungerbots. I mean, I don't like the Stairmasters kind of coming around this corner like this. They're too susceptible to just, they'll all stand in like one area. It's a little bit better against Knights because they're kind of inside of this jelly, so they have to pull them out, but against Archers, it's really, really weak. Alright, so you have the same setup where you're bashing people back into the jelly wall. I think that's okay. I can definitely see a lot of your castle is based around stopping Knights. Alright, so again with this, should be pulling something. I'm going to just throw down a volley here. And pull two groups. The Scorpio's fine. I like Scorpios. I don't really know which group the Scorpio was in. If he was in the first or second. I think he should be in the first though, because you want the opportunity to pull you into another group. Although with this, you don't have a spotter up here. So I would prefer you to do like this is how mine is currently set up, right? I have this guy about the same area where you have him, although this is skippable right here. So if this dungeon goes down towards the south, this entire group is skippable, which isn't good. You want to change your snotter location. What I would say though is that you have this first group that comes through the wall, and then you have another group over here. if you have that first group, which I'm guessing is correct in me saying that it was a Scorpio, you want the Scorpio to come over here and get to this point and then throw a hook at the hero. And what you want to really happen is for the Scorpio to force a second pull. So what I would say is that you want the Snotter and this entire group to be shifted over this way so that it's covering this entrance. So that the Scorpio has a chance to come here, hook the hero to here, that aggroes the Snotter, which aggroes the next group. I think that's probably what you would want to do. But yeah, I think this group was skippable, so definitely change that as soon as you can. At the very least. And then this group in and of itself is very weak to a volley. You want to spread it out, or you want to... yeah, spread it out. You kind of want to probably put the archers farther back, probably down towards the wall a little bit more so that I can't see them over that wall. And we'll get into the boss room. Okay, so the boss room, it's another one of these combos. Like I said previously, I mean, I think it's just a little bit too much stunning stuff, and not enough either damage or tanky. You know, like Cyclops are decently tanky, but not that great, and you end up getting kind of a stun resistance after you get hit by one of these, right? You can get slammed down and also bashed back, I think, but then after that I'm going to be able to stand up and do whatever I want for a little bit. But it's also better against knights, so I don't know, it's okay. And then what do we have here? Triple mutton? Or... no, it's definitely not, because I see a hunger bot here. Alright, well I'm just going to aggro it and see what it is first. Okay, so I want to take out the hunger bots first. And then if I can, just kill one of these. Alright, and then I'll kill the other afterwards. Alright. Yeah, not too bad of a castle, just those couple things that I said. And it'll go quite a bit better for you. We'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Alright, for number 3 we have Zeptrobah, castle level 20. Jump into it here. Alright, fire traps. 2 derps to be spotting. What are they spotting for? Stairmasters, but no pull. So, like I said in the last castle that I reviewed, is I don't really like Stairmasters without something to force their shots. Their shots the projectiles are so slow that, I mean, they're not dangerous really in any way. I don't mind the archers. I would like it something to force the shots. Also, these two mines here give you kind of a secondary thing to dodge behind. You can even pull the hero can obviously go back behind these 2 pillars, but the mines just give like another form of cover for the hero to not take shots from the archers or the stairmasters. Alright, so archer. Okay, so you had a Scorpio kind of like this. I think a lot of people, like 9 times out of 10, when they see these archers, they're gonna either shoot one or lashing flames one and then pull back around the corner. So I don't know how well this is going to work for you, but I mean, I don't mind it that much. Okay, see, this one's better. And obviously this, I'm guessing, throws me into this aggro circle. I'm not sure that it will, though. Maybe. I think if you can work it out so that your Stairmasters are in front, so that they can get eyeballs out, although... I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the delays are all working. If this delay is working properly for you, so that at least the Stairmasters are hitting at least one of their eyeballs each, that's fine. But currently, how I'm seeing it happen is I'm gonna land here, and then this Hungerbot's gonna instantly throw a hook. So I might be in the air. I might travel through the eye. I don't know. I don't know exactly how it'll work. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you've tested it. If not, test it. And make sure that you're at least hitting with 2 of the eyeballs. Doing any more than that, if you rotate them any more, I think the hero would be able to just walk out of it, so... yeah. I think that's about the maximum you'd be able to do. Alright, I mean, this is a little bit easy to spot. You could do something like put your Cyclops up a bit farther than your archers, and that might make it a little bit better. Because, even if I headshot the Cyclops, maybe I don't notice the archer shots coming, or... you know, a knight smites up against the Cyclops, and then the archer shots hit him, something like that. But currently it's a little bit too easy to see, so I would say like either separate them or remove something and add a spotter. I would prefer to just separate them, I think, because you really want those 3 archers. Alright, so again, archers that are kind of flanking around to different areas. Also, like I said in the last castle that I did, where I was talking about a creature coming up towards the corner, archers are one of those creatures that I really hate to have flanking around a corner. I really like elites to come around corners, because anything that's like grouped up and kind of squishy, a knight can stand right here, or an archer can throw down a volley, and everything in that corner will die as it's trying to come around the corner. Like, creatures are pretty bad at coming around corners in this game. So I would prefer it to be like a Scorpio that will pull you into the next group, rather than archers, or, you know, anything like that. You could do a Pete Palmore if you really wanted to, but I would prefer something like a Scorpio. Although you have this placement where you can't have a spotter too far up, maybe you could have your spotter as far up as possible, so that maybe the Scorpio like comes up to this area, hooks the hero in, aggro's the spotter, snouter, something like that. Might work better than what you have here. Let's see, was this skippable? Because I always talk about skippable rooms, and it looks like, since I don't see anything coming from the south here, it was. So, like I've said in previous videos, there is a way to make this room not skippable. It depends on the next following room, because you basically have to use it to go through the wall into the next room, and that's the only way to make like one of the sides not skippable. Hope that made sense, but I don't know exactly how to do it because I haven't done it yet. I just don't use that room currently. Alright, what do we have coming? Okay, so it's a Scorpio. The Defenatron's kind of coming first. That's the only thing I dislike about this. I was able to headshot it down really easily. I'm not sure if there's any way that you can do that without having the Scorpio run so far ahead that they won't be linked anymore, though. Okay, this is very similar to what I have, other than the fact that I have like 3 pulls in this room. Instead you have 2, I believe. It looks like you actually do have another one. So I'll tell you a way that my room like this is set up, and maybe you'll like to switch around with it, because I'm really happy with my room currently. This is very similar to what I had before. And I'll tell you what I did, is basically I have a spotter over here. You can use chicken or you can use a snouter. I use a snouter. And I have my Scorpio like you do down here. And then you can actually fit, this can be a pull through the wall to here, right around this corner. Somewhere in this range, I think mine is. And then you have this group as well. And what I've noticed is that when someone aggroes something here, a good player will want to see what they aggro, so they kind of hug this wall down here. And a lot of them don't really notice either that they either don't notice that they aggro this, or they aggro it on purpose so they can take advantage of this corner. Now recently, I used to have this jelly wall trap here. I switched it out for a ballistic cannon because people were just standing straight and abusing this corner too much. They were standing here and abusing the corner. So that's something you could think about as well. And then I also have the Zeke, which is pretty good. I like the Zeke there, although I have him on Spread Eagle. Combined with the 2 flanking Scorpios, it seems to be pretty good. You pull them in, and then the Spread Eagle sometimes hits with multiple bolts. Alright, that was good. I almost got hit by that pull. It's kind of an awkward spot to be hit by a pull, but like I'm not ready for it, and it kind of comes from off screen, so I like that. I don't know how well it works for you, but it's not too bad. The derps give enough of a distraction that people usually probably wouldn't pull around the corner. That's another good thing about the jelly wall back there as well. That doesn't really make people want to pull back around that corner. You know, they don't want to go through it multiple times. This is very easy to see and very easy for an archer to volley. I'm just going to volley directly on this archer, and I don't even have to pull back around the corner. Everything will just die. Sure, your Cyclops finally hits me, but you definitely want to spread this out. Make your, you know, spotter up farther. Probably put your Cyclops in front of your archers. I don't know how exactly that works. I don't know if he can like sprint through the archers or anything, but yeah. Okay, you have another Defendatron here. I think that's good, and then is this guy in heal? Yeah, that's really good as well. Alright, so that's fine. I think it's not skippable, but just like clarify that it's not. I think your Scorpio is here, so obviously not skippable. I was thinking that he might be farther back in the room, but I don't think he was. My memory's pretty bad when it comes to, like, remembering rooms and castles, so... Alright, I probably should use a potion, just cause... Alright, so we have a time waster here, that's fine. It's gonna block most of those shots, yeah. Alright. See, this one I don't mind as much with the Stairmaster. Like I said, you know, in your previous things, I was like, well, in wide open rooms, I don't really like Stairmasters. I actually like this one. Because you have this jelly wall here. So for a knight, he has to try to go through here, he has to aggro, he sees archers, he sees a Stairmaster first. I think you'd want him to see a Stairmaster. And then he starts to go backwards and gets shot by the archers, which you would probably want lined up as best you can with this tunnel. And personally, I would say if you can... Well, I don't think you could because of the jelly wall. I was going to say if you can cover this corner, because this corner is going to be annoying for you. A lot of people, when they come in here and they see pretty much anything, they're probably going to pull back around this corner. But I do like it. I think it's good. Maybe you could change positioning to help it out a little bit, but I'm not sure exactly what you would do. Did you have a bone puppeteer here? I'm not sure what this was, this corpse. If it was, I don't really know if I like the bone puppeteer, just because everything in here is not really all that tanky, so heals aren't really going to help you all that much. But it's a good room. Alright, I almost got hit by that. And what do we have for the boss? 3 Scorpio? Looks like 3 Scorpio. It is a 3 Scorpio, alright. Throw a volley down. They're only level 3s, I think, right? Yeah. So, pretty easy for me to deal with. Alright, not too bad. So that's number 3, we're going to end the video here. If you guys enjoy what I do, please subscribe and leave a like. If you want to be a part of viewer castles, you can add me and create a challenge if you want me to be at your level. You know, you can add me and create a challenge for whatever castle level you have. It's probably better for people that are, you know, lower levels. Like, if you have level 19 or 18 or something, I'm going to use my knight, so that's fine. If you have a level 23 or 24 or 25, you know, that's fine as well. But someone who's like level 15 might want to take advantage of that. It's a little bit slower, but you can do that. Also, you can comment on the video or on a castle, on my castle. What am I saying? And you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. With that, I'm going to end the video. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.